got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I like standing still, but that's just a wishful plan. Ask me where I come from, I'll say a different land. But I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. I count gates and numbers, then play the guessing game. It's just the place that changes, the rest is still the same. But I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. And 1,000 times I've seen this road, 1,000 times. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I like digging holes, hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I won't forget to find them. I like digging holes, hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I won't forget to find them. I've got no roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no
Name.
Mario.
Last name.
Mario.
Okay, what's your name?
Luigi.
Luigi?
No, Luigi Mario.
Okay, look, how many Marios are there between the two of you?
There's three. There's Mario and Luigi Mario.
Mike! Up these Marios around the side.
All right, Chad, how we doing? How we doing tonight? Oh, Lordy. Hell of a week. Hell of a week, isn't it? Oh, Lordy. So, what all we got to talk about this week? Well, there was a Nintendo Direct, and I didn't even watch all of it. I guess like they announced Splatoon 3. They said something about the final Smash character they'll announce, I guess, October 5th. I'm sure it's going to be some weeb shit. Everybody's like, oh, it's going to be something big because they're doing their own special announcement. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's going to be some weeb garbage. It's going to be fucking anime sword girl from some random JRPG nobody who's lost their virginity ever fucking heard of. That's what it'll be. I guarantee it. Okay? Because Lord knows Nintendo doesn't do the obvious. That Kirby game looked fucking sick as hell, though. 3D open world Kirby is not a sentence I thought I'd hear this week. But there it was. There it was. I love Kirby. I've grown very, very fond of Kirby in the last years. Kirby's not something I really grew up with. I kind of remember, I think, I never owned it, but I think I played Kirby's Dream Land, like, on a friend's Game Boy. I do remember playing Kirby's Adventure at a friend's house. And it was fine, but whatever. It's not something I was ever really into. Until the last few years, when I got my Game Boy, is when I had a Game Boy as a kid. But when I got my Game Boy, getting back into retro games, probably like 2015-ish, Kirby's Dream Land 1 and 2 are just some of those games you just get if you're getting a Game Boy. Played through them, liked them, and then played when I got the 3DS, played Triple Deluxe, really liked it. Then I played Return to Dreamland on the Wii, and played Planet Robobot when it came out. Really good shit. I like Kirby a lot now, and I'm excited for the 3D one. Good shit, man. I love that. I love that post-apocalyptic feel they're going with. So, I'm excited for that game. I actually went into the local game store and asked if I could pre-order it yet, but I guess there's not a solid release date. So, but yeah, the trailer for the Kirby game looked awesome, and then they announced stuff for the Mario movie. They announced the cast. What do you got? You got Chris Pratt as Mario. You got the guy from Always Sunny as Luigi. You got some blonde chick I've never fucking heard of as Peach. She's hot. I mean, that doesn't matter for voice acting, but she fucking looks like Peach. She looks like she could be Peach in a fucking live action movie. Jack Black is Bowser. Okay. You got Seth Rogen as fucking Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is in it. Cranky Kong's in it. The cast is very Hollywood. For better or worse. It's very, very Hollywood. Now, the good thing is that tells me that a lot of effort is being put into this. This is obviously not a cheap cast. And it really is one of those things where I'm cautiously optimistic about this movie. But I don't know. This could be a fucking masterpiece. This could be an absolute fucking dumpster fire. And certainly could be any single place in between on that spectrum. I don't know. Everyone wants to shit on Illumination, and I get it. They do fart out a lot of very safe, formulaic shit. I really liked the first Despicable Me, though. I think that was a very creative, really awesome kids film. I think Illumination has a tremendous amount of potential as a studio. I think they just got on a winning formula and just farted out a whole bunch of paychecks on it. And I almost don't blame them. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. There's nothing about the cast I dislike. I know a lot of people like, Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong, because Seth Rogen is pretty fucking hateable. But at the same time, you got to cast somebody as a brain dead, as a fucking stupid gorilla. And it's got to be a white guy, because otherwise you're going to catch hell. So there you go, Seth Rogen. I know, white with echoes, but still. We'll see. I don't know. It very well could. I do see a lot of people complaining like, why wasn't Charles Martinet cast as Mario? See, they don't respect the source material. I guess I'm showing my age, but when I think of Mario's voice, I don't think of Charles Martinet. I think of like the guy from the old cartoon. Okay? When I think of Mario as a character, I'm much more likely to think of that fucking wrestler on the live action set hanging out with fucking Elvira for the Halloween special than I am to think of Charles Martinet. Can we be real for a second? Charles Martinet kind of fucking sucks. I'm sorry, is this... I know that's a hot take. Is this a conversation we're ready to have, though? Charles Martinet doesn't do nothing but make bing bing woohoo sounds, okay? Did you really want that for a feature fucking film? Like, again, I always like Mario portrayed with that gruff working man kind of voice. You know, actual fucking Italian kind of voice. And I realize Chris Pratt isn't that, but at least Chris Pratt is something, okay? At least there's some manner of charisma and personality in Chris Pratt's voice that you can latch onto. It's not just bing bing woohoo noises. Good God, can you imagine a feature-length film of Charles Martinet's fucking bing bing woohoo noises? You gotta be fucking kidding me if you think you want that. That would be a horrendously bad idea. And I see a lot of nerds like literally like, look, Hollywood is guilty of fucking up a lot of things and not understanding a lot of source material and fucking up a lot of source material, okay? But bing bing woohoo noises out of Mario is not something you need it to translate into film. It's only tolerable in the context of a fucking platformer where he's just making those noises once in a while, okay? Somebody says Chris Pratt has to learn to cook at a meatball. I hope Chris Pratt is doing the cheesiest Italian accent and making spaghetti puns the whole time. Honest to God, I will be fucking thrilled. I will be fucking... If he was still alive, my ideal... I would have the fucking guy from The Sopranos be fucking Mario if we're up to me, alright? Certainly before fucking Charles Martinet, alright? Are you kidding me? You should have heard Charles. Shut the fuck up. I mean, again, you can complain about this voice cast being too Hollywood, and I certainly decry you shouldn't even call it a trend because it's been going on for so long. The status quo now, the reality of talented voice actors being pushed out of animated films in favor of, you know, more marketable, you know, mainstream actors. But again, I can't stress enough the idea that I don't particularly want Charles Martinet as a cameo. Like, he's going to be a cameo in it. And somebody was like making fun of this, being like, oh, you know, they're going to have Charles Martinet sound like actual Mario, and then they'll make fun of it. I'm like, first of all, nigga, actual Mario is the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Okay, you goddamn kid, get off my lawn. Second of all, I hope they do, because once again, I can't stress enough, and I say this as someone who is a pretty big fucking Mario fan. Charles Martinet kind of sucks. I'm sure he's a very, very sweet old man. He always seems that way in the interviews with him and shit. You know, he's very nice at cons and stuff like that. That's fine. I don't wish any ill will on the man. But bing bing woohoo noises is not really a fucking... that's not what I would call a stellar voice acting performance. I'm sorry. Somebody asked if I have a worthless degree. No. See, I was actually saved from the snare of college because right out of high school, I was a lazy, worthless sack of shit who had no ambition. And all I wanted to do out of high school was read comic books and fuck my girlfriend. Which, looking back, I'm starting to think maybe I had my priorities a lot more straight than I ever imagined. But I had no interest in going to college or nothing. I just, just go work at Burger King and read comic books and fuck my girlfriend. While my dad desperately tries to push me into joining the army. That was basically my right out of high school, my college years, I guess you'd call it. Just Martinet peaked in Mario 64. And again, I'm not even sure it's his fault. Part of this is probably a lot of the direction he's given, because Lord knows Nintendo in the last, well, like 20 years has tried to suck all the personality they can out of Mario. They've tried to make him this kind of blank slate. You know, you get a little bit of personality in like the side RPGs and shit like that, but even that they try to suck out these days. But, you know, there was kind of a problem in the early days of Mario where he was sort of everything. You know, I mean, you look at him early Nintendo games like NES and arcade era shit, and he's a fucking carpenter, and he's a plumber, and he's a construction worker, he's a fucking referee at a tennis match and shit. Like, he was just sort of the everyman to a fault. But he went from being everything to kind of being nothing. I don't even think canonically in the games they acknowledge him as a plumber anymore. So I don't know. Like I said, the idea that somebody wanted Charles Martinet, like, that's retarded. That's absolutely retarded. I would rather see a live action movie of 90 minutes of the two wrestlers that played Mario and Luigi in the live action sections of the old cartoon. I'd rather watch 90 minutes of that, if I'm being honest with you. I'd rather go back and watch the fucking bonkers ass Mario Brothers movie starring the guy from Roger Rabbit and John Leguizamo. I'd rather watch that than 90 minutes of Charles Martinet in a feature-length film going bing, bing, woo. By the way, the live-action Mario movie is fucking bonkers. That scene I played the audio of, with, you know, the what's your name, Mario, Luigi, Mario. Everybody forgets it for some reason. That cop is like at the desk, and like there's like a lady cop who's like rubbing her foot on him, like it. like this throwaway character cop just apparently is banging his coworker and has a foot fetish. Like, this is just thrown. There's so many weirdly inappropriate sexual things in that movie. Like, they turn the fish from Mario 3 into a big black woman that wants to fuck Mario. That movie is fucking bonkers. And you know what? As time, the more time goes by, I'm growing to love it. I'm growing to love this absolutely fucking bonkers. It's almost so far from the source material that it becomes fascinating. It's this bizarre, twisted universe in the great Mario multiverse of foot fetishes and horny pig black women. It's so bonkers. You have to fucking adore it. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend watching it. So he says, I don't even think Mario's Italian anymore. I guess not. Like, I don't know how much it was ever said in the games, but like certainly in the cartoons, the canon was like the Mushroom Kingdom was this magical other dimension, and Mario and Luigi are plumbers from Brooklyn that get sucked into this magical dimension, like fucking Narnia style, and have to rescue the princess. I kind of like that canon. And obviously I grew up with it, so I'm partial. But I don't know. I always sort of imagined as a kid, even like that just something about the Mushroom Kingdom, like normal human beings were stronger there. I guess it's like like Kryptonians coming to Earth kind of situation. And that's why even though Mario is like a fat fuck plumber, he's a fucking 3-story vertical leap. But then again, I guess I was a kid that kind of overthought stuff a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the casting on the Mario movie, it's fine. I remain cautiously optimistic on it. As of right now, having obviously not seen any trailer, I certainly intend to go see it when it comes out. You know, and not go see it. This is gonna suck, and I'm gonna make a YouTube video about how feminists ruin Mario. No, I don't want to go see it to hate on it. I don't know why everybody wants to do that anymore. Like, there's plenty of stuff coming out that just looks like fucking ass, and I just don't go see it. I don't know why everyone wants to hate watch anymore. Like, stop doing that. Like, if it looked like shit, I wouldn't go see it. You know what I mean? Oh, lordy. So, let's see. I wonder if I can actually play a video for us without my fucking potato laptop melting. You think I can do it, chat? You think it'll work? I don't think it'll work. Yes, that's right, chat. Blade Runner was a very big influence on the old Mario movie, which, yes, that is so bizarre. It has been so long since I've seen Blade Runner. I really can't remember fuck all about it. And it kind of blurs together with, like, the sheer volume of other movies that are so heavily like, Blade Runner basically made a whole genre. So in my head, it sort of bleeds together to other movies. Alright. See if we can get this video to run without melting the potato laptop. So I've been watching a lot of Doug Wilson lately. Pastor Tom actually kind of turned me on to this guy. And it's funny, right around the time he was posting in, like, my Discord about it, I was seeing a bunch of articles about it. Doug Wilson's apparently he's quite the rising star, and can we still call it the religious right? Is that still a term we'll use? And he's sort of making a parallel institutions in a town, Moscow, Idaho, or something like that. Somewhere in the Midwest. There's a town called Moscow. Like the Russian town, but not. Like the Russian city, but not. And, you know, he has a channel, Canon Press. He has a channel, Blog and Mablog. He has a much firmer grip on reality than most consumer boomer evangelicals. You got to give him that. Not the highest bar, but you got to give it to him. He is at times very insightful, but he is also very authoritarian right, as evangelicals tend to be. And he's also inescapably boomer. And we got a clip here I want to play where we're going to see some of the inescapably boomer. We're not even going to watch the whole video, but we're going to watch some of it. This is a video he put out just a couple days ago called The Central Lie of Porn. Now, what is the central lie of porn, you might ask? Is it that sex can be consequence-free when really it can't? No, that's not what he thinks is the central lie of porn. We're gonna watch what he thinks is the central lie of porn. Let's go ahead and get into Windows Capture.
Doug, in Reforming Marriage, you say the central lie of pornography is that it says men and women have different bodies but the same kind of brain. What do you mean by that?
I did say that, and
it's right here.
What I meant by that is when, let's say you've got a 13-year-old boy who gets sucked into the world of pornography, and let's say he doesn't get married until he's 23. That's 10 years of pornographic catechism. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, one of the problems that Christians have is that they evaluate things and they disapprove of things like that sort of on a surface level. Oh, look at all this immodesty. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, yeah, obviously it's immodest, it's brazen. That's a problem with it. But the central problem is this young boy is being trained to think that women, grown, mature women out there, this strange species out there, think about sex and are as hot for it as he is, mm-hmm. and in the same way. Right.
And is accessible by a click.
Yeah, click, and all I have to do, if I want girls to take their clothes off, and turns out they want to take their clothes off, right? Well,
All right, so we're not going to go much further. Y'all get the point. And again, more insightful than a lot of boomer evangelicals are. He is correct that Christians are often very, very guilty of assessing things on a surface level. The problem with porn, and it's not as big of a fucking problem as the Doug Wilsons of the world want to make it out to be, but it is a problem. The problem is that porn depicts this mystical fucking other universe where sex has no consequence. Never mind even venereal diseases and unwanted pregnancy, because those are things that can be, in many cases, greatly mitigated by some of this new daring technology we have, such as the condom invented in ancient Egypt. Those are obviously things that can be mitigated against. But the real inescapable consequence is the emotional and spiritual and mental toll it has on you. I mean, we all in this corner of the internet, talk about the 1,000-cock stare and something like that. That's the inescapable consequence. And porn depicts a universe, as it were, that is where sex has no such consequences. And that's the central problem with it. Now, the central lie of it. Now, Doug here thinks that the central lie of porn is that women like sex. Or even that women are DTF. That women want to take their clothes off. They don't want to take their clothes off. No, Doug, see. Maybe they just don't like sex with you. All right? Like, I get it. You're a very boring and pompous evangelical in a sweater vest who hasn't seen his dick since the Reagan administration. Like, yes, Doug, obviously women do not want to take their clothes off for you. But this is a thing I've heard from evangelical circles for a very, very long time. Even before I really was a Christian, where I was just kind of would follow them because I was politically interested. What's, go on the radio, what's Focus in the Family bitching about today, and you'd hear this all the time, like, like turning a woman on is this complicated thing that's near impossible to do. It takes hours to accomplish, and women don't want sex as much as men. And women, I'm like, and even in my 20s, I'm like, this just doesn't ring true. Now, mind you, I'm a fat fucking 38-year-old, so I'm not doing quite as well as I might have been doing back then. But even back then, I was hardly some pussy-slaying Chad, all right? I was a goofy, dorky idiot. But even then, I knew, like, women like to fuck. I've dated some women that were downright exhausting in that arena. Like, good God, sweetie, can we just cuddle? All right? Let me get some Gatorade and refresh. Now, women are pickier about who they fuck than men. That is a basic biological reality. Women are the gatekeepers. Men have this biological imperative to want to spread their seed as far and wide as possible. But once, for whatever reason, you've clicked in this woman's head that she does indeed want you, she's DTF, all right? I've dated good little Christian girls, from good little Christian families. Third date, my dick's in her mouth. Not even my suggestion. Women like to fuck. By the way, this is another thing you see in some corners of the red-pilled community and shit. Andrew Anglin was talking about this on one of... I don't even read the Daily Stormer that much. But I have a couple of friends that relentlessly fucking send me articles. And I remember one of these Anglins talking about how just women don't like sex. I'm like, no, Andrew, I think maybe they just don't like it with you. So it says, how does a cell phone compare to Ben Shapiro and dry women? Exactly. That's basically what it is. And I see this constantly in evangelical circles. Oh, women don't like sex. Oh, turning a woman on is this complicated thing and it's so hard to do. No, it's not. And again, I'm hardly someone who is, fucking supreme alpha or some shit like that. But later on in this, he's like, turning a man on is like a microwave. Turning a woman on is like a crock pot. It's a slow simmer. It's like, no, not necessarily, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. So, you can, if you know what you're doing, you can bring a woman from 0 to 60 pretty fucking fast. I don't know. I just felt like I needed to share that guy with you because, yeah, that was quite the cell phone, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, women don't like to fuck. Women don't want to take their clothes off. Bullshit. Women like fucking. Women will get down and dirty and fucking nasty if you know what you're doing. I remember years and years ago when I was still really, really new to Christianity, and there's this one Christian forum I'd mostly lurk on, but they were having a discussion about whether oral sex, even within marriage, was okay. And to my dismay, a large number of them thought it wasn't. But one of the things one of these white knight fucking good little boys said is that a blowjob is degrading to a woman, and no woman really likes doing it. And I just remember laughing my ass off because it's like, that's just not true. A woman's Indian, she'll be on your fucking rod like she's dying and it's the cure, okay? I've gotten head from women more than a few times where they were legitimately getting more out of it than I was. I was enjoying myself, but not to the same level they clearly were. Unless these women were unless I happen to have known a bunch of amazing Oscar-worthy actresses in my day. And, sometimes, yeah, women pretend to be more into it than they are, but you can usually spot that if you're not fucking lying to yourself. Okay, why is it a big deal? Well, look, Doug Wilson has a lot of followers. Again, because he's ever so slightly more in tune to objective reality around him than your average conservative. Once again, not that that's a high bar. And a lot of young guys. I don't want to see this lie getting pushed on these young guys that, like, this copium that, oh, don't feel bad that you can't make a pussy wet. Making a pussy wet is, like, actually really hard. The female orgasm is a lie. Women don't actually like sex. That's all bullshit, okay? That's all bullshit. And if you're marrying a woman who begrudgingly lets you come on her or in her once in a while, don't marry that woman. Not only is it going to be a miserable fucking marriage, but she's going to cheat on you. She's going to divorce rape you because she's not fucking into you. Whatever reason she's marrying you has nothing to do with actual love and respect for you. So don't believe these fucking lies from the Doug Wilsons and the Anglins. Don't fucking believe this shit. Oh, women just don't like sex. No, they like to fuck a lot. All right. And if they don't like to fuck you, then that's kind of a you problem. And I don't know why that is. Maybe you're just insufferable. A lot of these far-right guys are. They're unable to talk about anything but esoteric far-right politics, and for the Zoomers, anime, and the Boomers, sports ball. And that's it. That's the only subjects they can fucking converse on. Or you just a disgusting fucking fat blob. whatever. And I mean, I'm a fat fuck too these days, but whatever. For whatever reason, you're just not turning the bitches on. Maybe you just got a yee ass haircut you need to get rid of. I don't know what it is. But if all the pussies are fucking dry around you, it's something about you that's doing it, and you need to fix that. Okay? Don't just believe the comfortable copium lies of the Doug Wilsons and all that. No, it turns out women just don't like sex. That's just how it is. Okay? So that's why I bring, not just to make fun of Doug Wilson, although it's funny to make fun of Doug Wilson because he is a bit of a self-righteous tool. But I really just do not want young men to take this as some sort of sage advice. Well, yeah, women just don't like dick. No, women fucking love dick. In fact, they love being dick down. All right? They're very, very fond of it. Even the lesbians like being dick down, okay? That's why they strap big old rubber dicks on each other and dick each other down, okay? Women like getting dick down. And if they don't like you dicking them down, then that's because something in your dick game is deficient. Rosa says, we're talking about the Sigma Fedora Trad Brigade and their refusal to admit they aren't sexy. Well, no, Azalea. See, women don't actually like sex. The female orgasm is a myth, and pussies don't actually get that wet, and they don't like to suck dick ever. They just don't like that. Okay. Like, no, women like to fuck. All right, women like to fuck. You know, like, trust me, I'm not a particularly aggressive guy out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a particularly alpha Chad. And somehow I did all right. It's the same women who say they like small dicks are the same women who tell you they think it's sexy when you cry. I mean, I joke about dick game, but in reality, it's much more just total package with a lot of these guys, Again, somebody like Doug Wilson is a stuffy boomer evangelical in a sweater vest who hasn't seen his dick since the Carter administration. And regardless of how big it may or may not be, that's a fact. So, So he says these women must be straight from Juilliard masterclass acting school that me and Bedglov have known. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I've known some women that are very, very fond of sex. Very, very fond of it. Again, to points that I have found exhausting at times. Like, good God, all right. Like, I just got home from work. Let me at least shower first, woman. What the fuck's wrong with you? But yeah, like I said, I really don't want young men believing that lie. Okay? Cowardly Dog said, you ever get a chance to play Advance Wars, made by the same guys who made Fire Emblem, but replace homosexual Jap anime children with tanks and genocidal aliens? I've heard good things about Advance Wars, but I have not, gone ahead and played that yet. Azalea Rosa says, your humor, menace, my laugh, and how interesting you must, all cap, be when you're helpless probably gets you a lot of attention back. Yeah, I'm probably legitimately blushing. That's mildly flustering, but thank you very much for that. My menace. Jesus. Like I'm a super villain that wants... Yeah, I'm a super villain that wants Wonder Woman to tie me up. After a while, Wonder Woman's like, I think he's letting me get you. Like his plan was just terrible. It's like he wanted to get caught. Oh, well, thank you very much for that comment. What else did I want to talk about? I can't find a video, and I'm not going to try and scroll. So I did see this video a while ago, and I'll see if I can find the article. So out in somewhere in the Midwest, I assume, some shitty flyover state, there was an interesting little case of some school board members who were threatened with arrest with charges from the mayor. Hang on a second. He says, am I an incel? No, I'm not an incel. I'm not an incel, no. Hang on. See if I can find it. I'm not going to play the video, but I want to at least find an article. Hey, Rosa says, you know you can't help but fuck with people. I do like fucking with people. You are correct there. I kind of view it like Bugs Bunny. Remember in the old Bugs Bunny cartoons? I just like to fuck with somebody. Okay, so... I'm reading this off of a site, complex.com, but I've seen this on a couple of different things. So, an Ohio mayor has given his local school board an ultimatum: resign or face possible criminal charges. The threat was issued Monday night during a Board of Education meeting in Hudson, Ohio, where community members expressed outrage over racy classroom assignments. According to USA Today, the controversy began after high school. Remember that high school students received 642 things to write about, a book that contained writing prompts that some considered inappropriate for teens. Remember that, teens. One prompt called students to write a sex scene you wouldn't show to your mom. Another asked them to rewrite the sex scene from above into one that you'd let your mom read. The book was reportedly given to high school seniors, remember that, who were enrolled in the college credit course, Writing in Liberal Arts 2. The book also contained prompts that asked students to drink a beer and write about why it tastes, I guess how it tastes, man, as well as describe a time when you wanted to orgasm but couldn't. It got on and on. So the mayor says, it has come to my attention that your educators are distributing what is essential child pornography in the classroom. I've spoken to a judge this evening, and she's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. Either resign from the School Board of Education or you will be charged. Now, a lot of people are passing this around as this fucking uber fucking victory for this uber fucking victory, you know, against the evil school boards. This is a college level writing prompt that is given to 17-year-olds. And this is what socially conservative people are going to war at. Meanwhile, they're giving far more explicit shit to grade school children, to prepubescent children. You know, they're teaching at all levels that white people be evil, yo, in these public schools. And they're mad that high school seniors are getting writing prompts that are originally made for college students, some of which are sexually explicit. And they're calling that child pornography. Oh no, a 17-year-old. A 17-year-old is exposed to sexually explicit things. Well, we better call in the fucking troops. Now, is that appropriate? Probably not. And certainly, you know, oh, well, they're not of age, blah, blah, blah. What the outrage? We're going to war for this? They're 17, all right? At least when I was in school. You know, nowadays every kid seems to be so fucking autistic. Maybe that's not the case now. But at least when I was in school, look out to see a 17-year-olds and realize at least half of them had been fucking. All right? And all of them want to be. There's this weird thing with parents where they seem to forget what it was like being a kid. Uh, 17 is a lot further in my rearview mirror than I care to admit. But it's not so far I don't fucking remember it. You're not corrupting any fucking youth with this, okay? And maybe it's something that needs to be looked at, and maybe it shouldn't be. These aren't writing prompts that should be given to 17-year-olds. Fine. But when I saw this guy, I initially just saw the video before I heard context. Initially, I was like, oh, wait, good, because I thought he was standing up for something actually really, really wrong. You know, the drag queen story hour for 6-year-olds or some shit like that. But no, it was, oh no, a 17-year-old is hearing about sex. Oh. Soon they'll be dancing. This is why conservatives have consistently lost, by the way. Somebody in the chat says conservatives always ignore gaping problems to focus on minuscule issues. So he says, by that age, unless you're Amish or Mormon, the prompts are standard. Yeah, are you kidding me? Like, when I was 17, my girlfriend and I, you know, when I was supposed to be paying attention, thank God no teacher ever found these notes, and, you know, but we would just be writing each other the most explicit fucking shit to one another, and when we pass each other in the hallway, like, swap them. Like, good God, man, just nasty shit. So yeah, let's be fucking real here, all right? This is why conservatives lose. This is why they have so constantly lost the culture war. Because think about it, like right now we have fucking cartoons on for like grade school children. It's all about space lesbians and bullshit like that. And white people be evil and kids should cut their dicks off and stuff like that. Conservatives have no... It got that bad because they cried wolf so many fucking times, people started ignoring them, and eventually the wolf actually showed up. Okay, but when you spend years talking about Harry Potter is satanic and the Teletubbies are teaching your kids about butt sex, neither of which are true. Harry Potter's not particularly good, but it's not satanic. This is why you lost. And more to the point, this is the least bad thing probably in an entire public school curriculum at this point. Why the fuck, if you're so concerned about the purity of your children, would you be sending them to government schools in the first fucking place? I got added into this Facebook group by a guy I know, Unmask Solenko, about my local school district. I don't have kids. I didn't go to this school district. I don't know why the fuck he added me. And I've been quiet because I got to bite my tongue in it. And it's all these parents complaining about, hey, making my kid wear a mask and stuff. It's terrible. The kid doesn't like it. And it's like, yeah, it is fucking terrible. Stop fucking sending them, because that's like the least terrible thing they're probably doing to them. But I know if I get on there and I want to just blurt out like, why the fuck are you even sending them to public school in the first place if you give a shit about them? I know I'm going to hear all these excuses. Well, I have to work, and I need to do this, and I need to do this, and yeah. Then why the fuck did you have kids? Nobody made you have kids. You could have just not done that if you weren't prepared to step up for the fucking responsibility. I'm sick of the fucking excuses. Nobody made you do it. You know, God rest his little soul. My dog Loki passed away in 2017. This current fat retard over here. That's right, I called you a fat retard dog. That's actually my dad's dog. I do love him, but he's much more my dad's dog than mine. But my dog Loki passed away in 2017. Still missed the little guy. I got him in 2008, I want to say. He was 9 when he passed, which is his breed. They only live about 10 years. I swear, it's like there's a fucking timer on them. They get to 10 and they just explode if they haven't died already. But my point with that tangent, I put more thought into buying that dog, really weighing the responsibility, and could I give this dog what he needs, what he deserves, than most people put into having a fucking child. You know, I think back to like public school when I was a kid, which again, longer ago than I care to admit. And even then, and it didn't have all the woke shit really in it yet, but even then it was fucking crap. But yeah, I don't know. So like I'm so sick of the conservatives' amazing ability to forever be wrong, even when they're kind of right. It's so aggravating. Even when they're sort of in the right direction, they always gotta... They always gotta focus on the wrong fucking thing, you know? They're always driving a car where the transmission's about ready to die, and they're worried about the fact that the left turn signal is burned out, you know? That's just, they're always like that. You know, they're always bitching about, oh, the high beams aren't quite bright enough. It's like, this car is on fire. Cowardly Dog says, not to derail, but was Rick and Morty season 5 any good? Still need to watch it. I haven't watched it either. I watched episode 1 because they put it up on the YouTube channel, which was pretty good. I enjoyed it, but they didn't put any other episodes up, and I only have streaming services, so I couldn't watch them on Cartoon Network. You know, eventually it'll come to Hulu and I'll watch it. But episode 1 was pretty good. I mean, Rick and Morty peaked with season 2. That's just the stone cold reality of it. Like none of what I've seen post season 2 comes up to the quality of season 2. But it's still good. It's still perfectly worth watching. Well, shit, man, that's about all I wanted to talk about this week. A couple of things I felt like bullshitting about. Mario movie, mostly. You know. And, you know, typically conservatives that just... Like, is that what you want to get caught up about? Like, oh no, a 17-year-old's hearing about sex. Oh no. I'm really excited for that Kirby game, though. God, that looks sick. That looks fucking fantastic. Hot Wheels racing game's supposed to come out this coming Friday. Looking forward to that. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So, I'm probably not going to do a show next Saturday. I got some plans with a buddy. Maybe Sunday night. I don't know. Maybe. If I feel like it. But, yeah, that's about it for tonight, folks. If you enjoy the content I put out, do consider supporting the show. Streamlabs.com/thebedglov. You can send a donation when I'm not live, and I'll see it when I am live. PayPal.me/thebedglov. And I'll try and remember to put the Amazon wishlist link down below as well. And that's about it for tonight, folks. I want to thank you all for listening.